What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another What Sold video. I'm going to give you 15 items that recently sold for me on eBay. If this is your first time here, my name is Steve. I'm a reseller. I find items at garage sales, yard sales, thrift stores, the Goodwill bins, and I sell them on eBay, Poshmark, and Amazon. And I'm going to give you 15 items. I'm going to put them up on the screen. I'm going to tell you where I got them, how long they took to sell, what I paid for them, and what my profit was on them. But these are just good, helpful ways for resellers to see what's going on, find new items that you've never saw before. Maybe you have saw, but didn't think they would sell, and you didn't pick them up. Okay, so this first item we have here are TDK blank cassette tapes. I had a quantity of 2. They were basically 2 packs of 2 tapes. So each order was 4 tapes. Someone bought both orders, so he got 8 tapes. I spent $4. It was $1 per 2-pack. It took 1 week to sell. Sold for $33.95 with free shipping. And after fees and cost, I netted about $19 to $20. Blank audio, video, any sealed new, even used ones can sell. Whenever I see blank media, I always pick it up. All right, here we have some vintage lace. I had picked this up at Goodwill, and it was like a baggie filled with all of these, and this is like a third of what I had. I separated the lace from other kind, and I just sold the lace separately, and maybe I have about 75 cents into it. I paid $3 for the entire bag, and it took about 2 months to sell, and it sold for $9.95 free shipping. So after fees, costs, and everything, I netted maybe $4. And I still have 2 separate quantities of different types of binding and borders still left. All right, here we have another vintage item. This is an NCAA Final Four basketball hat. I found this at the hospital thrift store for $1. It was in really good condition, didn't look like it had ever been worn. Took about a month to sell. Sold it for $22.95 free shipping. It just went into a little 8x6x4 box, and those boxes weigh 4 ounces. So with the hat in the box, you're still first class, you're under a pound. And it's just a smarter, safer way to ship a hat. For the buyer, it's not going to get crushed. And after fees and everything, I netted about $14 and change. All right, here we have a Notre Dame glass mug that had like a pewter emblem on the front of the glass. And I picked it up for 50 cents at a local thrift store. Took a while, it took about 6 months or so to sell. It finally sold for $18.95 with free shipping. And after fees, shipping, and cost, I netted about $10 on it. All right, here's some video games for you. This is 2 different Mario games for the Wii. I got these at a yard sale, paid $1 for each game. Opened it up, always check your discs. First of all, open the case, just make sure the discs are in there. Never buy blindly. And then look at the disc and make sure it's not scratched up. You know, some light scratches are okay, but if you can feel that scratch into the material, then it's a pass, unless you have a resurfacer. So $1 each. They literally took 4 hours to sell. I bundled them together. You know, whether I priced it a little low or not, didn't matter to me. I got them so cheap. It sold for $21.95, free shipping. They both went together into a vinyl padded bag, which still stayed under first class weight. And after fees and shipping, I netted about $12 to $13. All right, here's something else in the video game category. We have an Xbox Les Paul guitar for the Guitar Hero. I actually got this at the bins, the Goodwill outlet. And this was, I think I got this on the very first trip that I went there, my first time ever. So I picked up 2 of them, and this one sold. I paid $2 for the guitar, because that bins, they're hard goods, they kind of do by item, not by weight. Only the clothes go by weight. So $2, it took 1 day to sell, which was really quick. Sold for $34.75 plus $11 shipping. I had a Frankenbox, used, I think it was a 1097 box, and then I cut the top off and add another one on top to extend it for the neck. Even though on this guitar, the neck separates from the rest of the guitar. After fees and everything, I netted about $27. So that was a real nice bins find. All right, these dice also came from the bins. If you watch my video, when I went to the bins, you saw that I found a Dungeons and Dragons game, and inside the box it had the set of dice that came with it, and it had 2 extras. This was one of the extras, and I sold it separately, of course, because it wasn't really part of that game. Took 2 days to sell, and I'm going to say I got it at 0 cost because I paid $2 for the game, and these were just extra parts that were inside of it. So no cost, sold in 2 days for $11.95, free shipping, and then I netted about $7. All right, now here's a brand of electronic toy games that you should always be on the lookout for. Radica is the brand. They make handheld, like travel electronic games, and this one was a poker. It was sealed new. I found it at Goodwill. I paid $2 for it. It took roughly 3 months to sell. I thought it'd be a little quicker than that because that's a popular brand. Sold for $24.95 with free shipping, and after fees, cost, and everything, I netted about $14. So keep an eye out for anything Radica. Always test it and make sure it works first. Into the clothing category. This is a Pendleton flannel shirt. I paid $1 at the $1 clothing sale at the local thrift store. It took 1 month to sell. Sold for $49.95 plus $5 shipping. That was an awesome sale. Great flip for $1 into $50. After fees and everything, I should net about $39. Okay, here's something that's a popular, no matter what it is, whether it's a toy, game, t-shirts, Pokemon. This was a sealed new. It was just a bunch of marbles with a carrier. I had picked this up in a toy haul I got from a distributor way back in like February. And I paid like 75, 80 bucks for like a couple of big boxes full of stuff. So I'll say I got $1 into it maybe. Took 6 months to sell and sold for $13.95 with $7 shipping. I put it right into a padded flat rate envelope, and after fees and everything, I should net about $10 on it. Here's another clothing sale, and this one actually came from Poshmark. I have a bunch of stuff cross-listed over to Poshmark, but I don't do much sharing, so I don't get a lot of sales, a handful every month. But this was a pair of tactical pants, brand new with tag. I picked these up at the local thrift store when they were having their $1 all clothing sale. And I had picked up 4 pairs of these, but different brands. And this was a 511 tactical, which is a good brand. And I paid $1. It sold within 2 weeks. Sold for $30 on Poshmark. And on there they take 20%. So I netted $23. All right, this was another Goodwill bins find. Tommy Bahama canvas messenger bag. Had like a cool faded color design to it, but it was in great shape. I paid $1 for it at the bin. It went by weight. Sold within 3 days, and I took an offer of $15. Just wanted to move it. So after everything, I netted $11. Back to electronics. We have this Panasonic portable, like a travel DVD player, and the model's LS92. My wife had pulled this out of the closet. She had a bag of like 3 or 4 of them, I guess from when we used to travel and the kids were little. We let them have the DVD players in the car, airplane, whatever. So I'm gonna say 0 cost into this because it was just sitting in the closet. Took it out, cleaned it up, tested it, worked perfectly. Sold within 4 days. It sold for $52.75 plus $8 shipping, and it fit into a regional A box and went to New York. So after fees and everything, I netted between $42 and $43 on this. It was a pretty cool sale. I had heard about these being good sellers, but I had never come across one. And one day in the local thrift, I found one. And it's a vintage slide rule. Had a nice leather sheath carry case. Had all the original paperwork. It was marked $10, and that's what I paid. But once I opened it up, there was a second slide rule in it that wasn't as much. It's kind of a lower end one. So I'm gonna say I paid like $8 for this good one, and then $2 for the other one. But either way, I paid $10 for 2 of them. This one sold between 2 and 3 weeks. Got an airplane going by. And it sold for $42.50 with $5 shipping. And it was under 16 ounces, so it was first class. I put it into like a 9x11 padded envelope. And after fees and everything, I netted about $30 on this. All right, and lastly, this is a Pulley Hoist system where you can like rig it up in your garage ceiling, and like you can rig a ladder to it and you pull it up and the ladder will hang. It's basically like a suspended storage system, and it was new in the container. I had picked this up when I was visiting family in Atlanta over the summer at a yard sale, and I paid up for it. I paid $10 because it had comps $70, $80 range, but it sat for a while. It's been 3 full months, and then I finally got an offer. I had listed it lower than the others too. I think I listed it like 58 or 60 bucks. I'm not sure offhand what it was that marked at, but I took an offer of $45, and after fees and everything, I still netted about $24. Okay, so out of these 15 items, my total cost was about $34, and I netted roughly $270 to $280 on these 15 items alone. And all of these sales had happened within a couple of days of each other. So that's pretty good. And they were all pretty much quick sellers. So out of these 15, 5 sold within under a week, 5 sold under a month, and the other 5 over a month. So that's a pretty decent spread. You don't want too many long tail items. All right, so that's gonna wrap up this What Sold video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully you saw a brand or an item that is new to you, and now you'll know that what it sells for, and if you do see it in the stores, you'll pick it up if it's priced right. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you later.